Zander Mania.
Well, Zander, it's 2022. We got a whole new outlook on life. Carnold is done with ARW tapings for good. The series is come and gone.
Really? You're done with ARW for good? Did you win the championship?
Carnold can neither confirm nor deny his involvement with the ARW World Title until the time comes. But I was thinking with ARW going, so many people are saying they're sad to see it go. I think maybe you and I, before the stream starts, we should help Zander brainstorm and maybe come up with a new suggestion for him for Thursdays, so that we don't get rid of 2 shows in the span of a month, and not have anything to fill the void.
Okay, yeah, that's a fair point. So what'd you have in mind?
Cameron was thinking NXT 2.0.
Ugh, NXT 2.0. Isn't that part of why they're canceling NXT in the first place? Oh, I got it! ZWF, the Zander's Wrestling Federation. A wrestling federation starring all of us. You, me, the Doctor, Zander number 5, Quizmaster.
Gentlemen. You are going about this all wrong. All so very wrong. Because for how long do you let your creativity be controlled? For how long does your freedom stifle? For how long do you allow those you wish to have closest be locked away behind a forbidden door? For how long do you let the rock star play their final song? Or a cowboy take his final walk? How long does the monster among men stay caged before a titan becomes unleashed? How long will you remain always ready? How long must you watch the limitless become limited? How long must the best kept secret be locked away? How long does the devil have to wait before he fades to black? How long until you let him in one more time? How long? How long do you wait? How long? Because for too long you've sat by. For too long you've allowed a millionaire who should be a billionaire and his Hollywood lapdog to control your lives, to control that which you care most about. For too long, you've allowed them to take your dreams and destroy them, to take away your champions and make them fade away and classify themselves as obsolete. Because while the time has come and gone for words, limits are meant to be broken. Secrets are meant to be let out. And heat will one day be let in again. But when you think back to when they hit you hardest, where they hit you hardest, it's always the first blow that feels as if it's dealt the most damage, and that's why I speak to you this way at this time and in a location like this, because how long do you... No. How long do we? How long do we wait to make an impact here? How long do we sit by and try to be just like everyone else? How long do we wait? When do we take control of our narrative? You don't wait much longer. And if I must spell it out for you, then here it is.
Impact in 3, 2, 1.
The darkness, you know who go the hardest. I roll out the red carpet, the 90s song and it belongs to us. The time has come, now raise them up. When we hit the streets, it's a main event, like we landed on the moon, nothing been the same since. Now let the limelight shine bright, we're in our prime, at the time of our life. We on the night, hear us screaming louder. Can you see the fire?
I've called it the worst kept secret in LS11 universe. But finally, April 2nd, 2022, 7 days after the end of ARW, we are bound for glory. Impact is coming. Are you ready? Hello, LS11 universe. It's Zander, live from my recliner, and welcome to WWE Day 1 live reactions. I am so glad to see so many of you guys here. I'm very excited. It's good to see everyone here. We've got a full house in the chat tonight. I saw so many people here, so it's great to see all of you. I am so glad you guys are all excited for this. I have kept my mouth shut about confirming or denying if Impact was coming. This was a decision that was made the day ARW was announced to be canceled. So, 7 days after Xandermania, we begin Impact Wrestling Universe mode. I will announce matches for and the first episode is a pay-per-view. The first episode is a pay-per-view. We're starting it off with a bang with Bound for Glory on April 2nd. I will be announcing the card over time, and as you guys might have seen by the poster, the first two matches already confirmed are the two main events when Tenille Dashwood challenges Deonna Purrazzo for the Knockouts Championship, and the show will be main evented by EC3 versus Moose for the Impact World Championship. You guys might see that there's a little fruit fly keeps flying in front of the webcam. Yes, Zach, Impact will take the place of ARW, and it will officially count as part of Masters of the LS11 Universe, as the show will be fully tied into AEW and WWE Universe mode. So all three universes are now interconnected. Finally. Every show on this channel is finally going to be interconnected. My cat, who is in the thumbnail, so for those of you guys who are eagle-eyed, you notice that up in the top left corner there was a cat. That is Dana. She is in the apartment. She is not the most social cat. She is sitting over by her food bowl staring at me. I will try and get her to appear on the stream at some point, whether I have to go grab her or what. Also, I got this for Christmas. It's a little dog plush. It has a cup holder in it, so you don't have to worry about your drink spilling. I got a much bigger water bottle than the one I used to have. For those that didn't hear the announcement, Roman Reigns tested positive today. This is real life stuff at this point. Roman Reigns tested positive today, so that has affected predictions because Brock Lesnar was added to the WWE title match. Ray and I had a quick conversation about this a few minutes ago. I will get there in a moment, Zach. Ray and I had a conversation about this just before I went live. The idea is that that's not going to change mine and Ray's predictions. Just Roman and Brock has been pulled off the table, and just for the jokes of it, if Brock Lesnar, for some reason, if Brock Lesnar wins the title tonight, Cardinal is going to be #1 contender to challenge the winner of Zander versus Ray at the Royal Rumble. So let's see. Let me catch up with the chat here. Oh my God, are we going to have a Zander multiverse? Kinda. There's a reason I've been saying the words LS11 multiverse
lately. Zander is the real Forbidden Door. Don't forget to tell the story. I'll get there in a moment. Man, you're going to be running every weekly wrestling IRL. Pretty much, yeah, just not New Japan, not... I will never do New Japan because I don't understand it enough to run it. I will never do New Japan. You will see New Japan guys. New Japan guys will appear in the Impact and AEW shows. In fact, if you guys will give me a minute, I'll read you off our starting roster for Impact Wrestling, with who all will be there. And after I do that, that's when I'll tell the story about just the funny coincidence of our current champions. And yes, we are getting Lashley and Lesnar tonight. Holy shit, we're getting Lashley and Lesnar tonight. Oh, that's so awesome. So, let me read you guys this starting roster for Impact Wrestling. Let me go over to the Impact tab. EC3, Eddie Edwards, Eric Young, James Storm, Johnny Impact, Killer Cross, Matt Cardona, Sami Callihan, W. Morrissey, Fallah Bahh, Jonah, Jonathan Gresham, the current real-life Ring of Honor World Champion, The Miracle, Mike Bennett, Rich Swann, Rockstar Spud, Suicide, Brian Myers, Chris Bay, Crazy Steve, David Finley, Drama King Matt, Hernandez, fine, I'll say it, Shark Boy, and finally, rounding out the men's singles divisions, former LS11 Universe Raw General Manager, the artist formerly known as Damian Sandow, Aaron Stevens, rounding out the singles divisions of the Impact Wrestling roster. The tag team scene, so there are people who I'm not listing off just yet, but the tag team scene, The Awakening, Vic and Big Con, formerly known as The Ascension, Heath and Rhino, the Motor City Machine Guns, SCU, Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian, the Mighty, Don't Kneel, Shane Haste and Mikey Nichols. And there are more teams, but you will find out about them when the show begins. And finally, what I think is the most stacked division on the Impact Wrestling roster, the Impact Wrestling Knockouts division in LS11. Allison Kay, Cassie Lee, Chelsea Green, Deonna Purrazzo, Jessie McKay, Jordan Grace, Killer Kelly, Maria Kanellis Bennett, Mickie James, Rosemary, Scarlett Bordeaux, Sue Young, Taylor Hendricks, Taya Valkyrie, and Tenille Dashwood. Oh, I might hurt my head doing this, jobber, but oh, shell yeah! I am so excited for this. When I filmed that video yesterday, when I made the trailer yesterday, I was grinning the whole time. There are more names coming to that show. That was maybe 60% of the roster. We have our internal roster already with all the surprise names that are incoming. When you see Bound for Glory in April, 3 months, we will have Bound for Glory. Everything changes. I needed a drink. There. Okay. I've decided I'm not going to have any alcohol tonight. Are we going to get Legends of Impact like Abyss and Kurt Angle? It's funny you should mention Abyss, but I can legally not mention whether or not they will make any appearances. But very funny you would mention someone like Abyss, because I can neither confirm nor deny if anyone like that will appear at some point. Okay. So as we're just sitting here on the pre-show, we've already knocked out the first quarter of the pre-show just talking about this. Guys, any questions you've got about this kind of stuff, fire it away. Today is the day to ask. Also, I believe this is the first time I've been live to show this. The Universe shelf is no longer right behind me. Instead, it's got my replica belts and my wrestling Funkos on it. But any questions you've got for the Universe modes, Team 3D for Monster Ball. I can actually say no to that one. That's not in the plans currently. Never say never to Team 3D showing up, but that is currently not on the books. But so I guess now, because I did tell Zach to ask me about this again tonight when I did tell Zach to ask me about this again tonight when Dynamite was premiering on Tuesday. So it came to my attention, and I think about this a lot actually. We have very similar world champions across the three brands. How are we going to do Ultimate X? I don't really think we can. It would just have to be like a regular ladder match because Ultimate X isn't really in the game. So if anything, we might just have ladder matches occasionally, and that'd be as close as we can get. But currently, we have very similar world champions across the board with Johnny Gargano, MJF, and Bobby Roode. The only person who's not a heel world champion on the show is AJ Styles. But like that actually all came up as just pure coincidence. Like Bobby Roode and Johnny Gargano, that didn't even really cross my mind that there were any parallels between them. And then you look at how the WrestleMania matches ended and how they've both acted lately. But like it is funny because you've got that, and then you've now got MJF as well, who is very similar to Bobby Roode in terms of champion. And that was pure coincidence, how that ended up. And we've been trying to make their title runs as different as possible ever since we had that realization. Can AJ Styles be a part of Impact? Who knows? Who knows? The forbidden door to WWE is closed, but I've noticed some squeaking coming on those hinges lately. With the likes of Rob Van Dam and Carlito showing up these last 2 weeks. I don't know. We'll see, though. You never know. You never know who's going to show up where at this point. Things are about to get very, very different. Very different. We are going to have a lot of fun with this. What about TNA founder Jeff Jarrett? Oh boy, Jeff Jarrett, JEFF. We'll see. We'll see. So, one match I can and will announce now for Bound for Glory is we will be having the Call Your Shot Gauntlet. It will be a 20-man battle royal because intergender rumbles is not something I can do right now. I had to do a lot of tweaking to get any intergender interactions you've seen over the last few months, like with ARW, have been done through very, very heavily changing coding to the game. So an intergender rumble isn't something I can actually do right now. But the Call Your Shot Gauntlet is the third matchup I can announce for Bound for Glory on April 2nd. And I have not fully decided yet if Impact is going to take the time slot of ARW on Thursdays and premiere at 7 p.m., or if it's just going to be like a Raw and SmackDown thing where it just uploads on Thursday morning. I'm kind of leaning towards that, honestly, because as much as I love the premieres and getting to watch with you guys, I know that you guys also have things to do on Thursday nights, and I don't really have as much time on Thursday nights as I used to. Zach says, man, first RVD and Carlito. Who's next? Batista, Snitsky, Mr. Kennedy, the Great Khali. Batista's in Hollywood. Snitsky, Mr. Kennedy. Fun fact, he was almost in the Royal Rumble this year for us. The Great Khali, yeah, maybe, I don't know. Ronda Rousey debuting on Impact. Right. The only way you would ever get Ronda Rousey to Impact is if she bought a farm and called it Impact. It's unfortunate. I was actually sitting on my couch earlier to set up the stream, and I wanted to sit on the couch. I'm using a new webcam. I don't know if the quality is any better. Also, apologize. You can see a bit more of the mess in the apartment today compared to normal from where I'm sitting. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this. I'm genuinely considering flipping the living room around and putting the couch where the TV is and the TV where the couch is. But I got to talk to the soon-to-be missus before I do that. We're not engaged yet. You guys will know when the engagement happens. But I had to make sure she's okay with that before I just do it, given we live here. Given it's a shared place nowadays. She's just out of town at the moment. And her cat is giving me the stink eye from across the room still. Dana, you want to come say hi to the people? Yep, we can finally have EC3 back. EC3 being released as world champion in our universe is the reason why he is challenging Moose on the first show and why I did that promo in the style of Free the Narrative. By the way, I'm sorry if my EC3 style promo dragged on a little bit. I went outside in the middle of a cold night to film that. I hope you guys appreciate that. And I did like 4 or 5 takes. It was cold and wet out there. It had just rained. Nakamura returning to Impact. You guys might be jumping the gun a little bit on all these 2 Impact confirmed names. But he said he made it to WrestleMania. He can say he made it to WrestleMania. You're right. Oh man, I wish Ray could have been here for that. Ray is at work. John Cena debuted on Impact. You just couldn't see it. Exactly. Like, oh, right. There are other. Never mind. That's the name that I can tell you later. Actually, April is going to be very fun. April is going to be so fun. I'm very excited for this. I haven't even recorded Bound for Glory yet. I've not even recorded SummerSlam yet, and it's 6 weeks away. I've been recording. I recorded the first week of build-up to SummerSlam this morning, but somebody was being a whiny little brat and meowing at me, so I had to stop recording. I'm talking to you over there. Tonight's the night, though. Tonight is my first shot at the predictions title, one-on-one, since I lost it at SummerSlam. It's been a very long time since I challenged for the predictions gold. Been since August. On Wednesday, I had to make that boot to the blade joke where I said Eric shouldn't boot a blade. That was pretty funny. It was good. It was a good joke. So, just because I like being an agent of chaos, if you guys hadn't noticed yet, go over to the roster. There are at least 15 names that are coming to Impact that I didn't mention. There are at least 15 names on that roster I didn't mention because we're waiting. And I mean, if you guys speculate who's coming, I'll say if someone guessed someone that's coming. I just won't say who guessed it and who they guessed right. Impact's going to be very prestigious, though. I'm getting a little lightheaded from the last. We've been going for almost half an hour. Wow. That is insane. Just shows you time flies when I'm enjoying myself on a live stream. I think Okada is coming to Impact, or Bronson Reed. I did mention Jonah. That is what Bronson Reed goes by in Impact nowadays. So Jonah is confirmed for the roster. Zach says Jay White. Jobber says, you look at me, and you look at Samoa Joe, you say, oh man, are created equal, but I'm a genetic freak. Scott Steiner. God, I love Scott Steiner. Scott Steiner competed at Zander Mania last year. Shit, 2021 can now be described as last year. Man, Jobber, when we had to premiere Vengeance late at night last month or 2 months ago, you missed it. When Samoa Joe won the triple threat against the whole Bullet Club, when Samoa Joe beat LA Knight and who was it? Mustafa Ali in a triple threat, I actually did say Samoa Joe walked into that, when he was celebrating with the title, I said Samoa Joe walked into that match with a 33.3% chance of winning. But he's a genetic freak, and he's not normal. And Ray just immediately screamed no at me. It was great. Happy New Year's to everyone in the chat, by the way. I hadn't said that yet. I was a bit more concerned with the Impact announcement. Yep, thank you for wishing everyone a Happy New Year's, Hanzo. Man, or LIJ, John Moxley coming to Impact. So, let's see here. Scott Steiner, Okada, the former Bronson Reed, Jay White, the whole Bullet Club, John Moxley, LIJ. At least one of those names is coming. At least one of the names in the chat is coming. I'm not going to say who. Oh yeah, I forgot they're doing NXT New Year's Evil. Isn't that like on Tuesday? Braun Breaker, which is not what he will be called. Spoilers, that's not what he's going to be called in LS11 Universe. He's going to be called the Breaker Bronson Steiner, in case anyone's curious. Because he's a Steiner. He's one of those names I'm very excited to have in Universe eventually. So, like I said, without confirming or denying anything, there are several names that you guys have guessed. And I will just sit here smiling, letting you know that some of you are right, some of you are wrong. Which is which? Well, you'll be finding out soon. Also, new year, we're back to the goatee. I was growing the beard out, shaved it off yesterday. That's it. CM Punk is coming to Impact. Clearly. Imagine Jacob Fatu versus Moose. Lots of names being guessed in the chat. But aside from just asking if people are going to be there, like I said, if you guys got questions about any of the 3 shows nowadays, 4 shows, if you got questions about the WWE shows, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, if you got questions about AEW, if you got Impact questions, if you got ARW questions, which there aren't many of, but sometimes there are some. If you got questions about any of those, throw them my way. I'm open. I got nothing to hide tonight. Aside from like who's gonna win this match, obviously, but like I don't have much to hide tonight. It's just me and a cat here, and she's asleep across the room. I was kind of hoping she'd be Shinobi. What's up, dude? Oh my God, Shinobi! You're like the gif of the guy running in with the pizza to the room on fire. You missed it. You missed the big announcement, Shinobi. I'm just gonna do this. Actually, this is how I'll cover the announcement for people who didn't see it. Let me go get the file. So with Impact, they have specials on Impact Plus. Will you be doing those? What is one storyline from each show that you regret or wish you'd have done better? Can't believe Roman tested positive. Ain't no way. He missed the announcement. So yes, we'll go through those one at a time. The announcement was Impact is coming on April 2nd to replace ARW. So let's go through those comments one by one here. With Impact, they have specials on Impact Plus. Will you be doing those? Yes, it's going to work like the AEW TV special. It'll just be a special on a Thursday, and that might be why Impact gets uploaded instead of premiered. And then we just premiere the specials like that. Like there will still be Hard to Kill, Bound for Glory, Slammiversary, Help, and other specials. Zach asks, what is one storyline from each show? We'll get there in a moment. I'm just going to go through the rest of these. Can't believe Roman tested positive. It sucks, but it's just how it is. Stay safe out there. So okay, let me think here. If I'm going to go through each of the shows, yeah, I'm going to miss ARW as well. I cut a promo on the final episode of ARW, the final Thursday, not Zander Mania, but like on the final Thursday of ARW, I cut a promo just from the heart. I got rid of my script for it. And it just made me a little, I got a little emotional doing the final promo for ARW. So the storylines, I'll get there in a second just because I'm trying to jump through the rest of these. Lockdown, Sacrifice. I think I'm going to have to do Sacrifice. I think I've got to do Sacrifice. And then Lockdown, yeah, probably. Impact Lockdown sounds fun. So storylines, let's see here. We got Raw, SmackDown, NXT, ARW, and AEW. If I'm going through each of those brands, NXT is not my show technically; it's Ray's, but and I know he wasn't. There I am. But yeah, the Joe Hendry, Joseph Connor stuff in NXT, I wish I could have gotten rid of that from history. On SmackDown, Raw and SmackDown's hard to think of. ARW, everything that involved me as a competitor, like me being treated as a serious challenger to the world title, I would get rid of. Raw and SmackDown, these are hard. Because I feel like we've done pretty well so far. I mean, with hindsight of him getting released, EC3 is an obvious one for SmackDown, I guess. And then Raw, weirdly, has been the most consistent of all the shows. I don't know. Let's see here. I think adding Brock was a bad idea. He just does not fit that match whatsoever. I agree, but people paid for Brock to be here tonight, so don't just shortchange them Brock. But at the same time, I don't know. Put him in a match with someone else. Is it possible to do King of the Mountain? No, it's not. Here comes the Celtic War. Yep, the pre-show match is starting, so points are not officially on the line just yet. Sheamus and Ridge Holland. What an interesting pairing. Could have done Brock versus the Usos. Well, Usos already had their tag match with New Day. Reverse battle. Jobber, no. JJ, no. We sure we don't need Judy Bagwell on a pole? I already regret saying that. What the hell? The setup I am using is the worst setup I think I've ever done for a video. There's just a spider web of cables over here. That was TNA was built as WCW 2.0. Let's not kid ourselves here. Okay, so I actually do have to stand up for a second. Okay, so chat. I've got M&M cookie dough in my fridge. Do I preheat my oven and make cookies on the live stream? See what you guys think. Because I gotta go turn the heat on. It was getting kind of warm in here earlier, so I turned the heat off, but now it's getting cold. Jobber says yes. So I'm gonna leave up you know what? I'm just gonna see. I like cookie dough, Zach. I do. But if I were to just eat cookie dough from the package, I would accidentally eat all 24 pieces of it, and that would go terribly for me. So I'm going to go preheat the oven and turn on the heat in the house. I will be back momentarily. Which I'm really not going that far. I'm just walking across the room. Turn on the heat. Turn on the oven. 350. There's a good dough out of the fridge. They can't hear me on the stream anymore. So far into the kitchen. Show the on 350 is Dana. Do you wanna come to the live stream? That was a no if I've ever heard one, but you're coming. Oh, okay. My mic sounds weird. Hi. You want to say hi to the people? Everyone, this is Dana. Okay, she doesn't want to be here. She really doesn't want to be here. Hang on. And that would explain why the mic sounded weird. It was coming from the webcam, not the microphone. That better, everyone? Yep, that was Dana. She's my girlfriend's cat, but she's chilling with me for the week. All right, cool. I wish I'd known that was the case earlier because I got a new webcam for Christmas. I didn't realize that it was it defaulted itself to being my microphone. So apologies for that last 38 minutes, everyone. By the way, Ray, thanks for popping in the chat. It's kind of crazy seeing Ridge Holland on a WWE pay-per-view. A year ago, I didn't know who he was. Like, Jobber, you remember you were on the Takeover 31 reactions with me. I had no idea who he was a year ago. How long is the day one pay-per-view? I'm hoping it's going to be over by 10 o'clock my time, but I highly doubt it will be. It's it's now a 6-match card, not counting the pre-show. So hopefully it'll be less than 3 hours. Ricochet's attire is pretty good. I like that. I might have to hope that somebody. Well, Drew gonna have an easy night. 1 Claymore, 1, 2, 3. We'll see. But yeah, this matchup has nothing to do with predictions. It was announced after we did everything, and no real point. Plus, at that point, it would have made an even number an even number of matches. So the likelihood of a tie would have been very likely, or very high. Then he broke his nose again. I do remember a Brit with a cap holding an interesting weapon choice. Oh yeah, like the lead pipe or something. What is flying around up there? Dana, there's a ladybug. Kill it. Do your job. Earn your rent. Give me a rent. She just told me that I'll get my rent when I fix her damn food bowl. Hopefully somebody got that joke other than Ray. Hopefully. Well, he's got a club now. I think he had a, I don't remember what he had. We're talking about like a year and a half ago now when he showed up and attacked Adam Cole on TakeOver. Showed up and attacked Adam Cole on TakeOver and then injured himself literally 3 days later in his match with Oney Lorcan. Also, I just want to say, everyone, thank you for an incredible 2021 when it came to subscribers. Like, we gained over 500 subscribers in 2021, which is insane. And I made a bet with everyone, and I'm going to grow to regret it on today. For those of you not in the Discord, I made the bet that if we hit 1,000 subscribers before July, which is my birth month, I would cosplay all of the ARW World Champions. I also follow up on that bet saying if we hit 1,250 before my birthday, I would also cosplay all of the women's champions in ARW history. So if you want to see me do that, spread the word about the channel. This is a Scott Steiner approved channel. In fact, if you don't believe what Jobber JJ there is saying, where is it here? It's in here. You don't believe him.
Hey, this is Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner. I got a holiday shout out to Zander and Ray. And these two guys need you to subscribe to LS11 Universe. They are currently at 304, and their goal is to get 500 subs. So help these two dudes out. Again, Zander and Ray, happy holidays and happy New Year.
I hope that worked. Did that work? Yeah, that worked. So I have terrible internet. I'm looking to upgrade. I'm going to be upgrading hopefully in the next month or so. It's not good. So I had no idea if that was playing or not. Any more universe? Not off the top of my head. I mean, the Extreme Rules card is one match away from being fully announced, and it'll be finished up being announced next week when Finn Balor, Dominic Dijakovic, and Dexter Lumis face off in a triple threat #1 contenders match. 500 was the goal. Now it's currently on 865. That was some math. It worked. It did work. It got us 300 extra subs. Although December was statistically our worst month for subscribers we've ever had, which was very disappointing. We lost almost as much as we gained in December. Like, if we had not lost us, if no one had unsubscribed last month, which let me put it in this statistic here. We gained 30 subscribers in December. If we had not lost any subs in December, we would be over 900 subscribers right now. Which I'm not trying to sound bitter about that. It's just, it's hard not to sound bitter sometimes. It does feel like a slap in the face sometimes, just to put our heart and soul into this stuff and then just see the sub count dropping. Dana, baby, that food bowl's not going to turn for another hour and a half. Imagine Scott Steiner is an actual subscriber. hopefully he wouldn't hate me because I do my impression of him a lot. But I do love Scott Steiner. I want to say, wasn't it Jordan Grace who said that he comes off really intimidating on screen, but like in person, he's just a complete sweetheart. Because I believe it. This is a handicap match. I mean, yeah, Ridge hasn't been in the match in a while. Who doesn't love Scott Steiner? There's some people who don't. So, fun fact about Scott Steiner. Am I allowed to say this? I think I'm allowed to say this. My dad used to be, a phlebotomist. Um, so my dad, his job used to consist of going to nursing homes at night, drawing blood, um, drawing blood from patients, and then taking that blood to labs to have blood work done, just to make sure that they're healthy and everything. It was usually with older people. One of the people my father used to draw blood on was the grandfather, or no, not the grandfather. Yeah, the grandfather of Braun Breaker and the father of Scott and Rick Steiner. I kid you not. I obviously have like no visual proof of this because that would have violated HIPAA, but I believe Scott Steiner's father died recently, so Ridge broke his nose. That's why he's not in the match. That makes sense. So it looks like Cesaro and Ricochet are probably going to win. So yeah, this whole Sheamus and Ridge Holland team is working out real well. Quick intermission, everyone. Sorry about that, everyone. My mother called me. Let's see. Not hit a note. Ray's stepdad has done construction for Extender. I think I knew that. No, it wasn't frozen. I had to answer my phone. My mom called me. And she doesn't normally call me, so I had to make sure it wasn't anything important. Zach says maybe Jeff Hardy to Impact Universe mode with another main event theme or another me theme. Oh, Another Me is the name of his song. That's incredible, Xander. Please tell me your dad said holla. My dad is not the biggest Scott Steiner fan, so he wouldn't have. But Scott Steiner's dad had pictures all over his nursing room home of his kids, and he did talk to Scott Steiner's dad about them a lot. Ray says, maybe, Zach, but we still aren't bringing in Willow. Correct. Excuse me. So yeah, sorry about that. My mom was calling me because my mother got a PlayStation 2 for Christmas. Oh, no, you heard me right. For Christmas 2021, my mother got a PlayStation 2 because she wanted to play Guitar Hero. So she was calling me to ask if I still had all of the PlayStation 2 games that we had growing up. The answer is no. Maybe a healed Jeff. I don't remember asking Morgan Wilson. You didn't, but in all fairness, there's a bit of a track record there. Will Sting appear in Impact? Genuinely don't know. We have only just rounded out the card for Bound for Glory, so we don't really right. I'm sorry. Right, that made me laugh more than that. Excuse me. Had any right to. Holla for Matt Hardy in Impact. You know what? I would not rule out. I would not rule out Matt Hardy appearing in Impact. Well, excuse me. Oh God! You guys will excuse me for a moment again. I'm gonna go refill my water because I've got bad hiccups. Ow! Like painful hiccups. Ow! I'm okay now, everyone. I'm good. I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm just very much in pain. I have hiccup. Ray can confirm, as someone who has stayed with me before. Small town America, where tap water is actually drinkable. Yep. Is there going to be a GM for Mac? No. No. There's barely GMs on Raw and SmackDown at this point. Out of all of our shows, the only GM anyone really sees anymore is Wade Barrett. Will Impact have a barbed wire Christmas tree? I wish. I wish. I do love that there's so many questions about Impact. Like, it's exciting. It's new. I get it. Like, I'm so excited. I'm excited that you guys are excited about it. I was worried that the announcement would come out and I'd be like, cool, where's New Japan? Or something like that. Or stuff like that. You know what I mean? Also, the oven should be preheated in about another few minutes. Janice the 2x4. There's not a 2x4 weapon in the game, unfortunately, or a mod for one. But Floyd the Bat, Chris Jericho's bat, will appear at some point in the AEW universe. if you want to name the weapon at some point. Yeah, I mean, Jobber, you've been watching Impact since pretty much as long as it's been around. No, this isn't 2017 anymore. Nobody watching New Japan. Yeah, but you get what I mean. So is this whole world title video package just not going to include Lesnar because of the fact that he was literally just added 2 hours ago or even an hour ago? Monsters Ball match. Can somebody please tell me what a Monsters Ball match is? Hang on. You know what? I'm going to Google it. That is Black Canary from the DC Universe. I was looking her up because I needed to fact check something I was saying about her for a TikTok I was doing. I'm on TikTok now, by the way. You can follow me at Zander_. I do cosplay on there. I've done most recently a Tony Stark cosplay. Okay, Monsters Ball match. Monsters Ball match is a professional wrestling hardcore match staged by Impact Wrestling. Originally, the key premise of the match was that all the contenders were sequestered alone in a locked room without food, light, or food for 24 hours before the match. The stipulation is intended to introduce extreme feelings of aggression in the competitors. Once released, the wrestlers fight one another in a no DQ match with the usage of weapons and courage. Victory can be achieved by pinfall or submission, with the match ending as soon as one wrestler is pinned or submits. There is no elimination format. The locked away stipulation was simply forgotten about, however, and not mentioned since the sixth one. It is now simply a street fight, as the match has to end inside the ring. Well, if he is in the video package, some poor editor missed his kids growing up. Damn, Ray. Damn. Oh, the main show still hasn't started. Once the main show is starting, I will go put the cookies in the oven. I don't know if I'm going to eat any of them tonight because I am very full. I had Japanese for dinner. I had sushi. So to recreate what Ray is doing, Russo! Not impressed with the Monsters Ball. I loved it. You would, JJ. You would. Mr. Head of PR for the distraction, which is not a slight at Venna, which is not a slight at the distraction. It's been in your username for a while. Six-sided regular, there's no way to do six-sided, unfortunately. Oh, man. It's gonna be a great time. So for those curious where that's gonna fall with April 2nd, that is literally going to be 1 week after Xandermania, 2 weeks after Bad Blood, and 1 week before AEW Full Gear. Wolves versus the Hardys versus the Dirty Heels, best of 5. Asking JJ about that. So, Dirty Heels was Aries and Rude. Obviously, I know who the Hardys are. The Wolves sound familiar. Let me look at who the Wolves were. Because I don't know too many legacy names from it. So the most I know about like classic TNA was like listening to a let's see, Impact, the Wolves, Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards. So Eddie Edwards has been around for a minute. Didn't know that. Oh, man. I exerted so much energy in the first hour of this stream. Just so much fucking energy. I tired myself out already. That's the issue of being on these streams. I don't pace myself. I'm just full gas as soon as the stream starts, and then an hour in, I'm sluggish and tired. But in all fairness, I also had spicy salmon sushi crab cheese sticks and shrimp fried rice for dinner. So. All right, man. I remember the last year was Kurt Angle for the TNA World Title. So I know what you're talking about. Is the craziest part. I know exactly what you're talking about. So if I remember correctly, this wasn't the Money in the Bank premiere where I mentioned this very niche bit of information I know, and it impressed both Zach and JJ, if I remember correctly, because Curly Head. I don't know who Curly Head is, but probably not. But as the show, I'm gonna go put the cookies in the oven in a second here. But if I remember correctly, I actually impressed both JJ and Zach with my random niche bit of Impact knowledge about the Bobby Roode Kurt Angle thing. Bobby Roode Kurt Angle Bobby Lashley thing back at Money in the Bank. Curry Man. Chris Daniels will be there, but Curry Man probably not. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go put the cookies in the oven. It should be at 350 by now. Okay, so bad news, everyone. I don't know if anyone can hear me from all the way over there at this point. I might be very faint. Bad news, the cookie dough melted a lot just by sitting on the counter. So these are going to be deformed as hell. Might make them better for all I know. I should have put them in the fridge until the oven finished preheating, honestly. Which I don't think I could hear that when I was mumbling the hell out. I'm mumbling the hell out of my words right now. I'm tired. I go in for what, 13 minutes? 10 minutes. All right, one more minute, everyone. I'm coming. I swear, I'm almost there. I'm almost done. The least professional I've ever been on YouTube. And it is once again because I'm riveting. All right, I'm here, everyone. Hi. What about? I agree with Zach, or I agree with JJ's response to that. Let's just say that Let's just say that current legal situations and morale reasons means no, absolutely not. Quite honestly, everyone, there are not many concrete creative plans for anyone right now. Just because I don't want people to. Hang on, let me Let me get this made real quick here. Day 1 taking place just an hour south of me. Come on, StreamYard, don't be a dick. There we go. Can you turn it on? I'm not putting it on the screen. The show is on, but I'm not putting it on the screen because that's how I lose my YouTube channel. Well, you guys might hear that. It's storming at my house. Well, that's fun. Best part about that is my cat is afraid of storms, so she might be over here soon. We got a manager. We need James Mitchell, maybe with Rosemary. Zander, how dare you be so unprofessional on stream? Cuts to me being and getting blasted on stream, and me telling people to and calling people loser trolls who live in the basement. All right, so we're starting off with Usos and New Day. Ray has the Ray, you have Usos, right? Yeah, I think Ray's got Usos. I've got New Day. I'm going to double check that. I don't want to screw anyone out of points here. I had a screenshot of the predictions, but it just, I don't know what happened to it. So everyone just give me a second and I will get the predictions pulled back up. WWE Day 1 2022 predictions. Universe. Yes, I got New Day. Ray has Usos. All right. Jobber says, anyways, it's 1 a.m. I'm off to bed. I'll probably only watch the 5 way tomorrow. I'm super pumped for Impact. Enjoy the show and stream. Thanks, JJ. Glad you could stop by. Always good to see you. Glad you were very fitting to have you here for the Impact announcement. Have a good one, buddy. Okay, yeah. I thought you had Usos, Ray. I just couldn't remember. Pop in when you get home, maybe. If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. I'm not going to be upset if you don't, because in all fairness, Ray's live stream of watching the show is like a full minute ahead of mine usually. So I've got New Day. I'm hopeful that they're going to win here. I'm hopeful, but I don't know. I really don't know. There we go, I'm back. So I don't like King gimmicks. I've been very, very outspoken about the fact that I do not like King gimmicks. I never have and I never will. But King Woods is growing on me. Zach says, do you think King Woods will turn heel? Those? Nah. Hanzo says, I want King Woods to win the Rumble. Well, there's a how Zander would book the 2022 Royal Rumble video coming out in a few weeks. That may or may not be the result of how I would book the show. But, like, see, I also kind of think Woods and Kingston are going to win here because like, at this point, there's so few teams in the SmackDown tag division, and so many of them are heels, that how much longer can you have heel champions? Like, you got the Usos, you got Sheamus and Ridge, you got... No, seriously, if anyone can tell me the other teams on SmackDown, please do. I don't watch WWE TV. I keep up with the storylines through Wrestle Talk, and that's it. Like that. I will genuinely say this because we're just all on. That is why I do kind of get annoyed in chats when people are like, "Did you see that this happened? Did you see that this happened? Do you know about this?" Yeah, I do. I just don't waste my time watching every week. I watch 10-minute reviews of the shows so that I don't have to spend 2 hours or 3 hours watching them. If it wasn't for you guys really liking these live streams, I wouldn't watch the pay-per-views anymore. I don't know. Maybe I would. Hang on. I'm opening up on my phone to see what the other tag teams are in WWE because I genuinely don't know. Like, I know Raw's got a good few at this point. But let's see. SmackDown has got... Los Lotharios, who are heels. Viking Raiders are face, but they could also be heel. The Usos are heels. Jinder Mahal and Shanky are heels. Boogs and Nakamura are face. But yeah, like so many of them are heel teams. When I went to the show in Chicago, people cheered the Usos like crazy and Roman too. Well, I'm sure they did. Oh, man. Oh, cookies are done. 2 seconds, everyone. Gotta go get those out of the oven so they don't burn. Okay, I'm coming back now. I'm going to turn on the fan. What's scariest about this live stream, and Hanzo has been here for every one of the Drunk Zander streams, so Hanzo, if anyone's going to be able to relate to this, you will. I'm so tired that I'm starting to worry that it feels like this is a Drunk Zander stream when I have not had anything to drink in weeks. Like, have not had a drink since the girlfriend and I did a puzzle a few weeks ago, like on Thanksgiving week. Because I do puzzles now. That's actually where I was going with the whole sitting on the couch thing. Unfortunately, the light right above me hits the window a bit too harshly and catches on the webcam, so it makes like a bad glare going over my face when I sit on the couch to do streams now at night, which is part of why I'm thinking of switching everything around. I've got a puzzle on my coffee table, and I want to keep working on it. And I was going to consider doing some of that on this live stream, but I can't because I have to sit off camera. Hanzo says, man, that stream was something to watch. Which one was it? Was it All Out that you watched, or was it Bound for Glory? Because I was wasted Bound for Glory. Like, Drunk Zander is different. Drunk Zander is very different. Like, it frightened Ray, but like, I don't know who all was there. The ending of Bound for Glory, where I think it was pretty much just me at that point. Like, most of the chat had left, but like I was there pretty much alone. I was 7 shots of Wild Turkey bourbon deep. It was bad, and I finished off the night with a glass of chocolate milk on stream. There is a video. Let me see if I can find this. If I still have it, I'll play it. Because I'll have to just kind of point my phone at the screen. But For those that don't know, Quizmaster and Ray were competing. That was Quizmaster's first predictions match at Bound for Glory. Quizmaster and Ray tied. I recorded a drunk video that night. No, I do not still have it. I got rid of it. I have the pictures of me as sexy Waluigi from Halloween, which Hanzo, did you see those in Discord yesterday? Because are you gonna watch more Impact Wrestling stuff to study the universe? I might watch on Thursdays if I've got nothing else going on Thursdays, because I think it starts Thursdays at 8, right? On Access or something. What time is it going to happen? What time is what going to? Day 1 is on right now. So yeah, Hanzo, I don't know. Look in the Discord in the general section. Me as sexy Waluigi. I posted my Halloween costume. When you see that picture, you won't believe that that's me. You will believe that that is a woman cosplaying Waluigi. Go check it out. 7 your time, and yes, the Access channel. So it would be 8 my time. Yeah, because you're an hour behind me. We established that a while back. Usos and New Day, of course. I hope that guys, this is a bit of a groundbreaking realization I just had. I don't know if anyone else has ever noticed this. Usos and New Day are really good wrestlers, especially together. The wind is so bad outside right now that it keeps blowing a tree in front of the motion light. And blowing a tree in front of the motion light and setting it off. And the motion light is very bright and just outside of my bedroom window. So that's fun. Watching Payback 2015 on DVD. That's a choice. That's the Rollins, Reigns, Ambrose, Orton 4-way. And then it's got Neville versus Barrett. Come on, Woods. Come on, Woods. Oh, volume, FYI. Thank you, Paula, for that. I assume that's what you were saying by, I don't know if that's VOI or VOL, but I assume that was volume. Fortunately, WWE is a lot more generous than other. So, me saying the words WWE are more generous, very rare, but WWE is a lot more generous with their properties appearing on YouTube. Like, they're not as fickle. I hate that word's kind of cursed in wrestling at this point, but that word is kind of cursed in wrestling, but WWE is not as fickle as like AEW and Impact are about you using footage or their audio playing in your videos. Like, it's not as bad if you can hear a WWE pay-per-view on my stream as if you could hear an AEW pay-per-view. There's a little bit less chance of me getting a copyright strike if it's WWE, but you know. He's up. There he goes. It's a very good match, by the way, between New Day and Usos. Again, I don't think anyone's surprised by the fact that New Day and Usos are putting on a very good match. Shouldn't surprise anyone. Come on, Woods. Gonna need you to pull this one out, man. It's essentially because there's only 7 matches now. Right? Let me double check. No, there's only 6 matches now, excuse me, unless they just last minute add something. There's only 6 matches, so that means that I gotta get 4 out of 6 to win. Which means I've essentially Thanks for making those last few days better on Tuesdays. I was positive for this junk, and your video has been staying in my room better. Well, I'm glad that we could help. It's always nice to hear that my videos help people. It's gonna be a very exciting time coming to the channel as well. We got Extreme Rules coming up in a couple weeks. We got All Out literally 24 hours later. The ARW Rumble is coming soon. We got NXT TakeOver the End coming, SummerSlam. Impact is a few months away. It's a very crazy time coming up soon for us. Of course, Great American Bash also happened this week, which was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with that show. I wasn't watching for a lot of it, but I was there in the chat keeping up with you guys. It was just, I had a lot going on Wednesday this week. Oh! That was close. That was a close one. That was a close one there. Very, very close one. Whoa. Oh! Oh, Kofi's leg's going to be part of the finish, isn't it? Come on. And I picked New Day as well. I picked them, I believe. Do you have the game results? So there's a reason I haven't put up the game results, and that's because I also have all the all-out results in there as well. So all the points are added up for all out already as well. So the points aren't going to get uploaded for a few more weeks. But currently, I believe you have taken first place, Zach. I don't remember any points, but I believe you are in first place by a couple points at this point. Oh, wait a minute. They're going to do the same thing again, where they were going to double team Kofi. There we go. There we go. Come on, Woods. Oh. Woods is ready for the tag. SOS! I mean, when was the last time Kofi won with one? But hey, I'm getting excited. Come on. Come on. Get that Woods hot tag. Come on. been sitting here for the last few weeks like, I'm challenging for the Predictions title, but I don't really care if I want it back. But I'm like, I want it back. I want my baby back. Midnight Hour. Ooh. Oh my God. These near falls are getting intense. Guys, this might be the first time I go to bed before midnight in a while if the show doesn't run too late. It's been a little while since I've gone to bed before midnight. I'm normally up till like 2 in the morning. Which is probably why I'm so tired today. Oh, it's getting set up for an Usos retention. Yep, here we go. Usos tag. Super kick. This is it. Usos going to retain. Real life AEW's already forgot about Jid. I don't really want to talk about him. I really don't. There's a lot against him right now in the media for valid reasons. I'd just rather not talk about him right now, personally. Woods with the save! This match is so good. Even if it ended there, this has been just a great match. Oh, man. Oh, and now we get the face off again. I think this is Jimmy. Is Jimmy the one who has long hair still, or is Jay? I think it's Jimmy that's got long hair, because I think Jimmy wrestles in a shirt and Jay doesn't. Oh! I was going to say, Jimmy is rocking that Zander summer 2021 hair right now. Oh, blind tag, blind tag. That's it. Yeah, that's it. I don't remember the Usos doing a pop-up RKO ever before, but all right, I guess. Ray is now on the board. I am not. But yeah, Jimmy is rocking my summer hair from last year with the half red, half dark. Oh, Ray now on the board, which means I've pretty much, just like WrestleMania, I've pretty much got a sweep to make to win. And honestly, the more I think about it, I don't know if Street Profits are beating RK Bro. I know Madcap's not beating Drew. Biggie and Lashley, I think, are the more likely of the two to win the 5-way. I think Liv might beat Becky. Although I will say, if the New Day just wins the titles on like a random ass SmackDown in a week or two, this is fucking bullshit. But anyway. Yeah, we pretty much react to every pay-per-view. Unless a prior commitment gets in the way, we do reactions to every pay-per-view, but we fully intend to do WrestleMania this year. Or at least I do. I don't know if Ray will be there. Oh, man. I need a breather after that match. I wasn't even part of that. It was just exhausting to watch. Play a little bit of Pokemon Shuffle Y. A little bit of Pokemon Shuffle Y. Wait. Well, it's off to a bad start for my scores tonight. The reuniting of Zander and Goldie might have to wait another month or two. I would like to win my belt back. I paid for the thing. I would kind of like to have it back. It's been at Ray's house since September. I handed him the belt. I should have won it back at all. Anyways. Look, I love Big E, but I don't need to see this video package for him 4 times in one night. That's just me, though. Other people might appreciate seeing the same package played over and over. I have no idea. It is crazy to think about Big E being a world champion at this point, because when I started watching in 2014, it was just after they'd kind of really cooled their Big E push that they were doing. He lost the IC title at the first pay-per-view I watched. He was doing stuff with Rusev where he was just jobbing to Rusev. And then New Day kind of formed, but then they didn't. And then they finally did. 2014 was just a weird time in wrestling. I do agree that them playing the same thing over and over again is very tedious and very annoying. God, doing these reactions tonight might not have been my best idea. I'm so tired. I don't want to end the stream early. I'm not going to. I will watch the full show with everyone tonight. I cannot guarantee that this is going to be the most engaging and the most fun live reactions with Zander in existence, though. I am just a wee bit tired today. New Day versus Tyson Kidd and Cesaro from 2015. You know what? Not as enjoyable as New Day and Usos would end up being, but that was a good match if I remember it. Look, I gotta say, I swear, I hope this doesn't come off racist. It has nothing to do with how they look or anything like that. I feel this way about every musical act that appears in wrestling. I don't give a shit. I didn't give a shit when Machine Gun Kelly appeared. I don't give a shit when Kid Rock appears. I don't give a shit when Snoop Dogg appears. I don't give a shit when any musical group appears in wrestling. Extreme rules, Zach. Extreme rules. It's Extreme Rules, then it's all out. Like, I just don't care for... Unless they're performing a wrestler's entrance theme as they go to the ring, I just don't care. Oh, dear God, it's time for me to fall down by another point, isn't it? I mean, if Ray gets 3 points, it's over. I lose. fuck Madcap Moss. It's such a fucking stupid thing. Like, I won't name names, but someone keeps asking me over and over if I'm going to do Happy Corbin universe. No. For as long as I can help it, I will not be doing anything that involves with Happy Corbin. Yes, Motorhead performing Triple H at WrestleMania. Living Color doing Punk for 29. Snoop Dogg rapping Sasha Banks to the ring at WrestleMania 32 was, I mean, it wasn't my favorite entrance I've ever seen, but it was cool at least. I like Snoop Dogg. I love Snoop Dogg, actually. I'm not like the biggest fan of his music, but I like him as a person. But like, or let's see, who else? Randy Orton being sung to the ring at WrestleMania 30 was terrible. It was not good. Let's not pretend it was. It was not good. Just whenever a wrestler gets played to the ring, that's cool. I don't go to a wrestling show to see a concert. Like, wrestlers with a musical gimmick is one thing, but actual musical artists is another. Like the Royal Rumble last year, I didn't really care that Bad Bunny was there. I didn't care. He ended up wrestling, which was cool. He did good. I just didn't care. So I can't actually hear what they're saying because I turned the volume down to prevent what do you call it? To prevent the volume. Thank God, because just watching how they're talking, watching the way their mouths move, I would be wanting to rip my hair out if I actually had to hear this promo. And then they act surprised when Drew McIntyre's music hits, like Madcap Moss wasn't scheduled for a match with Drew McIntyre. Which Drew is going to win. There's a reason Ray picked this matchup. Madcap match of the bathroom break. It absolutely is. I just don't care. I don't care anymore. Honestly, I just want to go to bed at this point. I don't want to watch this show. It's not interesting me. But here we are. I mean, we like you said earlier in the night in the chat, it's going to be a Claymore and then it's done. It's going to be a squash and it's going to be over. Only way Madcap would win this would be by DQ if Drew tries to use his sword. Oh dear God, they're chain wrestling. They're walking up. Yeah, if Drew wasn't in it and anyone else was wrestling Madcap Moss, I would say this show does belong on Main Event on Hulu. This is a SmackDown middle of the show on a bad episode match. That's what this is. That's what this is. Oh, I thought we were about to get Claymore. I was just going to say, at least it'll be over, but. Like, a lot of people think we're going to get Roman versus Drew at WrestleMania. I'm not against that. I'm not against them doing that match at Mania. But if Drew loses to Madcap Moss, that kills his momentum. Whatever momentum it is he had since going to SmackDown. There's a reason that if you go to the LS11 Universe win-loss records down in the description down there, if you go to the R section of the current roster, Riddick Moss's roster is assigned as Raw ? While this boring match thing is on, I've got a few predictions for the Call Your Shot match of the people who will be in it. Go for it. I mean, predict who you want. There are people that are in it. I just don't know who I can and can't confirm right now. If I were a little more wide awake, I'd confirm who all could be in it that I can announce without spoiling anyone. God, I love Drew McIntyre. I never stopped loving Drew. I just got tired of him fighting Bobby Lashley. In other news, the cat is still just waiting for her bowl to turn over. Same place she's been since this show started an hour and 45 minutes ago. Except for that time where I picked her up and cuddled her on the stream. She's just sitting there. It's not going to turn over for another 20 minutes. This match should not still be going. This match really should not still be going. God, I can see people in the crowd on their phones watching this match. People are very happy about the fact that Carnold will be the number one contender. So, Zach's predictions for the Call Your Shot Gauntlet: Okada, Jay White, Tyrus as EC3's bodyguard, Rockstar Spud, Kenny King, Low Key, Will Ospreay, Petey Williams. Interesting choices. Interesting choices indeed. What's really crazy, for those curious, I'm done recording ARW. I just got to edit now. Like, I've just got to edit the final episodes and upload them. And first week of, like, in 2 weeks, I'll probably be done with ARW when it comes to editing and uploading. Because I'm just going to knock all the editing out across, like, 2 days. I just got to edit the Rumble, the build-up and show of the Termination Chamber, maybe even Bully Ray. Well, we'll see. Here we go. It's about to be over. Oh, went for Future Shock. Jeez. Wow. God, the wind is still going out there. Okay, I'll give you that, Madcap. That was kind of impressive. Him catching Drew out of the air, honestly kind of impressed. I think Riddick Moss has undergone the most gimmick changes out of so many people since he debuted. Because first he was Mojo Rawley's friend. Then he was 24/7 champion. Then he went away. Then he was Guy in Raw Underground. Well, yes, I imagine his finisher would finish the match. But, like, he was Guy in Raw Underground. Then he went away again. And now he's Baron Corbin's friend who isn't funny. I miss bum-ass Baron Corbin. No, he doesn't really tell dad jokes. He tells bad jokes. Dad jokes are fun. Like, I'm 22. I'm about to be 22 years old. I enjoy a good dad joke. I have not heard a single good joke from Madcap Moss. All right, Ray, here comes your free point. And there's the Claymore. And 1, 2, Ray gets another point. All right, one more and Ray retains. Cool. Having a great night here for me. When was the last time I got destroyed in predictions? So I got a couple new figures the other day. They're still in the packing. I haven't opened them yet. I got the new elites of MVP and Matt Riddle. So that's pretty fun. MVP is in his Hurt Business gear, and Riddle is in orange gear, and he comes with a blue shirt, I believe. Siobhan automatically, before the match, gave him the point because we all knew that
Drew was going to win.
Yeah, we all knew, but it's WWE, so we all knew The Fiend was going to beat Randy Orton at WrestleMania. How'd that go for us? The rain must come back. Look, man, I might have just gotten unlucky because Roman and Brock getting pulled from the show means that one more point and Ray gets it. Granted, I got stuck with Brock for that match. Because for those that don't know, they're like, oh, Zander predicted Madcap Moss. What a fucking idiot. No, the way our predictions work is both the champion and challenger are forced to have different predictions, and it takes turns. First match Ray picked because he was champion, he got to go first. First match he picked Drew McIntyre, so I got stuck with fucking Madcap. So far, both matches tonight have been ones that Ray picked that I've lost. Granted, I've picked Liv Morgan to beat Becky Lynch and the Street Profits to beat RK Bro. I don't know how I feel about either of those at this point. I want both of those to happen, but I don't know if they will. No, he won't, JJ Hunt. No, he won't. See, I actually saw Swerve's figure the other day. I should have bought it, but I didn't because it was a basic. I should have bought it because it was going to be his only figure at this point, but if I see it again, I'll pick it up. What? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I'm trying not to come off like a dick, but I apologize in advance because I'm going to. After feuding with Seth Rollins and Apollo Crews and Roman Reigns and all these other people that aren't Sami Zayn for the last year, and feuding with Big E and Seth Rollins and Bobby Lashley for the last 2 months, what the fuck makes you think that Kevin only cares about Sami? The two haven't been in a match since last June. Maybe I'm misreading the message, but just all right. I think they're setting up Black versus Hangman for the world title. I would love that, personally. Hangman's beating Danielson. That's just how it's going to go. Like, Danielson shouldn't be winning the belt off Hangman this soon anyway. Wow, we're getting some old Seth Rollins footage here. Like, this is ancient. I've got the elite of Seth Rollins from when he was in it. Hang on, actually. You know what? Let's get a bit of a history lesson in here today. What this video package is going on. Hang on, everyone. Let's see if I can find this. Oh, hello. Let's see if I can find this, because I got to show this off. It's a relic at this point. Where is it? For those that aren't quite aware of what's going on here, found it. Like, this is how ancient a footage of Seth Rollins they're showing. They're showing this Seth Rollins in footage right now. Kind of crazy, isn't it? Okay, get out of the way. That is a bin of figures that I don't have room for on the shelves, but I'm not selling, for those curious. All right, well, this is it. If RK Bro win, then Ray retains automatically. Top 5 people you want to challenge Hangman for the title. So this isn't counting Danielson because we've already seen that. I'd like to see Hangman versus Malachi. I think Hangman versus Andrade would be fun. I want to see. MJF should be the one to take the belt off of him. Or a heel Cody taking the belt off of him. Just saying. And let's get number 5. Personally, I want to see a rematch from last year. But I know he's gone from the company. He's going to be gone from the company any day now. I wouldn't mind seeing a rematch between Hangman and Brian Cage. Their matches that they had last year were pretty fun. You're right. Cody can't challenge for the world title unless Hangman convinces him to challenge for it and go back on his word because he wants to beat the best AEW has to offer. And so in that matchup, Cody then turns heel and beats Hangman for the title. Oh, they actually have a theme song together. Didn't know that. Cool. So Ray and I were talking about this on the predictions video. I could see what do they bring? Oh, they brought the Migos guys out with them. They're winning. Got it. All right. Well, Ray wins. Ray wins. The musical group called Migos is what they're called. I don't know anything about them. There you go. Now your food's turned over. I don't know anything about Migos, but I'm not just gonna assume because that's the last thing I want is to assume and be completely wrong. But they made the entrance with Randy and Riddle, so Randy and Riddle are winning because celebrities. Wow, they're such illustrious guests that their VIP chairs are office chairs with their names attached. The 4 young pillars of AEW who will be the first world champion. MJF, I think. I don't know. If they're going to do this whole thing of MJF taking the TNT title shot from Wardlow, though, then I could see Darby winning the world title first. It's going to be MJF or Darby. I think I think Sammy's got a long way to go, and Jungle Boy. I don't know if Jungle Boy will ever be world champion personally. I really don't. Come on, Street Profits. I don't want to be swept this easily. That's all. I just don't want to be swept, especially when this is a match I actually got to pick my representatives for. So I took the gamble of going Street Profits. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm trying not to fall asleep at the wheel here. Speaking of, I've actually done that before. It's very dangerous. Don't do that. Oh, there's a little bit of buffering again. Ooh. Early RKO attempt. It's a pretty good counter from Dawkins, though. Just threw Randy across the ring. See, my original theory before this match became the celebrity endorsement match with Jesus Christ, WWE's been doing a lot of celebrity and Hollywood endorsements lately, and it's pissing me the fuck off. With Pizza Hut last month, or with Pizza Hut at Survivor Series, and the Red Notice thing at Survivor Series, and the Zombies thing at Backlash, the Pure Life or whatever, water at SummerSlam. Good Lord. Boy, I'm really tired of this brand integration that they're doing. It makes me feel like I'm watching a show made for 5-year-olds. If you're making me choose between those two to beat Hangman, it's going to be MJF. Oh man, Tommaso Ciampa was right. Randy Orton matches are a great way to cure insomnia. Okay, all right. I'll give you that. That was fun. Randy and Riddle's double team was a little bit fun there. By the way, everyone, my cat has a thing she does. After she eats, she likes to walk around and scream. Yeah. There she is. There's Dana. Yeah? Yeah? Did you come to watch with me, or did you just come to rub your face against all these wires? Interesting. Oh my god, I dumped all my laundry from my last 2 loads of laundry on my bed. So I'm going to have to put all that up before I go to bed, too. Oh, tonight's not going to be fun for me when this show ends. Yeah? What? What? Huh? What is it? You want to get up here? She walked right away when I suggested. She started walking right away when I suggested that. Like, how dare I suggest she give me any affection? I'm sorry, this match has just got me tired. I'm now checking Pro Wrestling Mods on Twitter to see if there's any new mods. Just anything interesting. Some random renders. That'll kind of help a little bit. I mean, I'm fully prepared for. I'm fully prepared for the RK Bro win. Randy's going to do the double DDT to the Street Profits. Randy's facial hair has been a choice as of late. On the same note as Randy Orton, how do we feel about the upcoming Johnny Gargano Randy Orton Last Man Standing match in All 11 Universe, as confirmed on SmackDown yesterday? Nope. Oh God.
Is it Ford and Randy that are legal right now? Yeah, I think so. I do like the pink and blue attire for Riddle. That's a pretty good look. I like that a lot. And spin around into the RKO. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. I recorded it weeks ago, but when you guys see Randy versus Gar, oh, my God. Jesus. I'm awake. God, I love Montez Ford. Anyway, yeah, I recorded Randy versus Gargano a few weeks ago. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good finish to it. You guys are really going to like it. 2 weeks from today, in fact, that match will happen. Come on, Street Profits. Come on, Street Profits. Riddle's up. So if Ford hits the frog splash, which he doesn't, there's Riddle. Is a pop-up RKO going to end both tag matches? All right, good night, everyone. Ray retains. Ray really did just sweep me. Yeah, we've talked about that before. It's getting harder to keep up with the schedule, though. I'm more behind than I've ever been right now. Fuck celebrity endorsement in wrestling. Really? You wanna tell everyone what you just did? Huh? You wanna tell them all that you just knocked Daddy's webcam over with your tail? Because that's exactly what this little cat just did. I'm back. She just walked by with her tail straight up and pulled the camera down. Little asshole. Stop rubbing against the wires, damn it. What do you want? Huh? What do you want? None of your toys are under there. Oh, I do see something that's not a toy that she's messed with. Hang on, everyone. There we go. The couch has a couch cover on it. It's not actually that color. There's a cover to it. And there's safety pins holding it in place. She keeps trying to pull them out. Well. No, this is just how she always is. She's always like this. Whether she's got treats or not. I might go get some catnip and pour it in her little house. Let me see if I can find the cat. I'm going to put some in her little cat house. Get her to leave me alone for a while. Yeah, you know what's in here, right? Huh, Dana? You know what's in here? I just used way too much of that, but oh boy, Drew versus Corbin continues. I just put it in your cat house, cat. Here, I'll put these in your cat house too. That'll get you to stop being an agent of chaos for 5 minutes. There you go. I'm gonna get a snack now while I'm up. So, in case you've ever wondered what happens if you don't pull the cookie dough apart before you cook it, that's how big it ends up being. Looking forward to all out. It's gonna be fun. Ray and I have to re-record something from it, and we got to do that soon because it's 2 weeks away. But other than that, it's ready to go. Punk and Miro ends up being a really good match. I'm pretty sure that's one of the first matches on the show. If not the first match. You asked me, Bianca Belair was definitely superstar of the year for WWE this year. Like, definitely earns that. Real life Rumbles this year. Finn is not a terrible idea. Like, Finn is not a terrible shout. I want it to be Woods. That's what my heart says, but my head thinks, yeah, Balor's not a bad. Balor and Drew are not the most. I'd say Balor and Drew are who my head thinks will win. I don't know. Lesnar could win now that his match with Roman got canned for tonight. Women's Rumble. I don't know. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Bianca Belair. I adore Bianca Belair. She's great. Honestly, one of my favorite things about WWE is Bianca Belair. But why are we getting a video package for her on a show where she's not even on the card? When you had Hangman fight Pac after that brutal match with Bryan, thought you would have Hangman do the labors of Hangman. Like, no, that's not really where we're going with that. I've made this very clear on streams, and I've gotten berated by Sasha Banks stands with nothing better to do but sit here and write me a full college-length essay about why I'm wrong and shouldn't watch wrestling and should go kill myself. I don't really care about Sasha Banks. She doesn't interest me. Liv Morgan, I'm hoping, wins tonight. I think it's time. Brock.
Brock has been great lately. That's part of why he's getting such a big push in Universe lately. I love Brock. Brock has really won me over lately, like I said. So all that's left tonight is the 5-way. So we've got Liv versus Becky, and we've got the 5-way, right? Is that it? No. There's also Edge versus Miz. Oh, who could forget the absolute barnstormer that's going to be Edge versus Miz? Oh yeah, Brock's stuff with Sammy has been great lately too. Like Brock has been fantastic lately. I'm going to throw up something on the screen here. It's just because I'm walking away for a minute. I have to use the restroom really bad. So enjoy the Bound for Glory thumbnail while I'm gone. Get ready for that on April 2nd. That's going to be a lot of fun. I gave you catnip and treats. Can you stop walking right in my path? Okay, I'm back. Stop messing with the cables, please. Didn't know Brock could have that good of chemistry with anyone but Kurt Angle. Haven't seen him have that comedic since Kurt Angle. Yeah, he and Sammy have been great. Miz by DQ. You know what? Maybe I am going to trade the water for alcohol tonight. Yeah, he is having fun with the Sammy stuff. Edge coming back. I wanted him to feud with guys that have come around since he's been gone. And we got that with Roman and Seth a little bit. Seth more so. His stuff with Roman wasn't great. His stuff with Seth was fantastic. But other than that, it's just been Randy Orton and The Miz. Like, it's been two feuds no one cares about. Like, two feuds with people that have been around forever. And two feuds with new people. Like, I want to see... Exactly. Zach, you took it right before I could say it. Like, I want to see Edge versus Styles. I want to see Edge versus Riddle. If he were cleared to wrestle, I want to see Edge versus Samoa Joe. Oh, yeah, I forgot Eric Bischoff was on Raw. Nakamura is a good one as well. think Roman's not. Yeah, but they've been saying all night Roman's not. We were talking about who we want to see Edge face now that he's back wrestling, and I was talking about. Yeah, they've been talking about Roman not being there all night. I know. I mean, I've known since the beginning of the stream. We've been here for 2.5 hours. You know what? Miz with Maurice in his corner, I enjoy a lot more than Miz by himself. I'm going to take my Edge to the Rollins. Yeah, I saw that this morning, actually. I actually got annoyed because I saw when they did that with Undertaker, and they're like, who's your favorite current day wrestler? And he's like, a cheap way out because he doesn't watch the product anymore. Because, all these kids in the back with makeup and playing video games. When men were men, we had guns and knives and we're stabbing and shooting each other backstage. What are you doing in there? Huh? Cat? What are you doing? Excuse me. Well, this cat can do nothing quietly, if you haven't noticed yet. She has been an absolute delight to have around for recording videos. Oh, Edge doing a Brood entrance again. We haven't seen that since SummerSlam. All right, then. It's kind of weird, honestly, that they've really leaned into Edge doing Brood stuff this last year. Wrestling, they're bringing in the Inferno match. I think, yeah, I know about DPW. I know about DPW Fire. It's just not my kind of thing. Oh, GTS. DPW, GTS. I don't know. YouTubers doing their own wrestling promotion just it's not my thing. Terrible as this is about to sound. When I was your guys' age, cannot believe those words can come out of my mouth and be accurate now. I cared a little more, but nowadays I don't really. Like when I was 16, 17 and stuff, I loved it. But as I've gotten older, I just don't care. I barely have time to keep up with virtual wrestling federations that I run, so. Can I at least get a point? Can I at least get a point on the board? Please. Oh, hi. Welcome back. Yeah? You come to keep me company for Miz versus... Oh, no. You just flopped over in the living room. It's 9:30. This is the 4th out of 6 matches tonight. Every match is averaged 30 minutes when it comes to how long it takes to get from match to match. We're going to be here till 11 o'clock, aren't we? I want to go to bed. Fortunately, I have the day off tomorrow from YouTube. I say that. I'm going to be spending the day tomorrow recording at least up to SummerSlam with WWE, and at least I'm going to try to get towards the next TV special for Dynamite, which requires me to write the next few weeks of Dynamite, because I have not written anything after All Out. You're not going out there. Dana, you're not going out on the porch. It's 9:30 at night. You're not going outside tonight. All right? I know it's interesting, but there's wind and everything going on, and I just don't want to deal with it. I've become a tired father, and it's only to a cat. There's a reason I don't want human children ever. God, I got a lot of figures in this bin that I'd forgotten about. In fact, here's the Amazon, or it wasn't Amazon exclusive, the Royal Rumble Elite Umaga that came out a few months ago. I got a few months ago. Got this right before I moved out. So there's a little bit of a figure lesson for the day. Can't wait till my Raw on Monday. What's even happening on Raw? I know something big is happening on the Go Home show. So let's see. On Monday, Big E has his first match since joining the Hurt Business. Rhea Ripley defends the Raw Women's title in the main event, and LA Knight and Bobby Roode team up against Drew McIntyre and Cesaro. It's gonna be a fun time. Gonna be a good show. I'm actually really looking forward to that show. Rhea versus Bianca is a really good match. I will admit, I found it kind of funny on Raw last week when Big E joined the Hurt Business. On Raw, Big E came out wearing black and gold, the same colors as the Hurt Business, turned on Ciampa to help the Hurt Business win, and then celebrated with the Hurt Business. And half the comments were, "Is Big E part of the Hurt Business? I can't tell." It's like, well, do I need to put a giant flashing neon signs like Big E joins the Hurt Business on the screen? It's like, what? Come on, man. I tried to make it as obvious as I can. I even ended like Big E has bought in to the Hurt Business. Like, come on. But yeah, Big E is part of the Hurt Business. It says so on the roster page and everything. But hey, Big E is a dangerous man, and I can see why Lashley and MVP would want him in their game, want him running with their group. Hurt Business ain't done expanding yet either. You'll see what I mean eventually. I've gotten the cat high on catnip. Let's see, who else do I have over here? Oh, you know what? Zach, you mentioned him earlier. There's Great Khali. Genuinely don't know what figures I've got in here. Oh, yeah, that's a really nice Kurt Angle. I forgot about that. Shows you how much I care about Edge and Miz when I'm playing with toys. There's a Kurt Angle Elite that I got a couple years ago. It's a really nice figure. Let's see. Over here, the only figures I got here in this bin are duplicate figures or people who aren't like duplicates of the same person, not like duplicates of the exact same figure. I don't think I have two of the exact same figure, but duplicates of the same figure or the same characters, legends, and then just people who have been released that aren't part of other series. So, like, if they're in AEW, they're on the AEW shelf. I've just started putting together the Impact shelf, and then, of course, the WWE shelf. Modding in all the new people for the Impact show has been really difficult. Sounds like you're getting ready for a Ruthless Aggression special, RVD and Carlito reunion show. So RVD was just a one-off. Full transparency on that. I haven't had a chance to talk about that. RVD was a complete one-off. That the main event of that SmackDown was supposed to be Johnny Gargano versus Isaiah Swerve Scott, but Swerve got released the week before I recorded that show, and so I thought on my feet and put RVD there and made sure that the show was in New York or somewhere around the Philadelphia area. And so I had RVD make a one-off appearance. RVD was a one-off. Carlito, Primo, and Epico have been re-signed to SmackDown because our undercard is shit right now on SmackDown. We have no undercard on SmackDown. Can you stop trying to destroy the wires, please? You've already pulled the webcam down once. Can you just... Dana, baby. I know this is a random figure here, but I actually really like this one. This was Tyler Breeze's first Elite. I think it's his... He only got 2 Elites ever, but this was part of the Then, Now, Forever wave. This is a really good figure. I really like the black and blue attire on him. I miss Tyler Breeze. I do miss Tyler Breeze a lot. I know we weren't doing much with him before he got released, but he was just someone I liked having around. If he returns to wrestling, which he hasn't returned yet, so we don't even know what he's going by on the Indies. He might appear in Impact or something. The free agent market in wrestling is flooded right now. Sounds like Edge will have a new character where he brings up the brute thing when things get personal in big matches, then White Trail. Yeah, it kind of feels that way, actually. Like, I think you're kind of right. And I'm not the biggest fan of that. So I nearly went to day one because, like I said, it's an hour south of me. But 1, COVID. 2, New Year's Day in Atlanta. 3, Atlanta in general sucks to drive through. I had to drive through there a few weeks ago when I was coming back from my vacation to North Carolina. It was not fun. By the way, never expect us to do a day one pay-per-view in Alice 11 Universe. I just don't care about day one. By the way, Dana, what are you doing? What are you trying to eat? It's like having a toddler. No. I don't know what you're eating off the floor. Don't eat off the floor. Anyway, where I was going with this. where was I going with this? Right. So, like, we got only a handful of pay-per-views left on the Universe calendar for the year. With WWE, we got Extreme Rules coming up. Then it's SummerSlam. Then it's Clash of Champions. Then it's Bad Blood. Then it's Survivor Series. And we're figuring out how we're going to do this. I haven't fully decided how we're going to make it work yet. But the idea is that the December pay-per-view in-game. All right, now I know that it's not volume because that's the second person to put it that exact way, which makes me wonder, where are you coming from? What kind of bot are you, and what do you want? Anyways, the final pay-per-view of the Universe calendar before the Royal Rumble and between Survivor Series, I don't know how I'm going to make it work, but I'm going to try and figure out a way to make it work, is Cyber Sunday. Don't know how, I might call it Cyber Saturday, honestly. Figure it out. Hang on, let me just. God, Mrs. Figure 4 has never been good. Go. Just need to do that. There we go. Rated RKO versus The Way was a good match. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Fun fact, you might have heard a door opening in that match. That was my girlfriend getting home. That was the first time she's ever heard me doing commentary. She told me she could hear me walking up the ramp to our house. I love Jessica Carr. She's a great referee. I love it when the referees kind of have personality to them. And her and Aubrey are two people with a lot of personality when it comes to being a ref. I don't know. I like it when everyone on the wrestling show feels like a character and not just a generic part. Like the interviewers all just feel generic. Like Kevin Patrick. God, who else is there? Kayla Braxton. The blonde one that's not Renee Young. Sarah Schreiber, something like that. Oh, they just all kind of feel generic at this point. They don't have their own kind of personality to them like Mean Gene did, or even Michael Cole got bullied when he was a backstage interviewer. We're not going to talk about Heidenreich. We're not going to. I'm just not going to. You get my point. Like, it felt like everyone had character to them. My favorite part about this match is Maurice being there. Okay, that's the only joke I'll make like that, I promise. Not one of those people who just sits there and gushes over how people look in wrestling. By the way, I did it. Speaking of people how they look in wrestling, I did a TikTok this week. I had to do with Keith Lee. I'm very proud of it. It's got like 700 views at this point. This match has been going for a very long time. So I didn't watch the street fight because I was exhausted. I fell asleep before midnight. I was asleep by like 11. I just didn't even think to turn on the street fight because I was exhausted. So by the time I would have realized to turn it on. So, all right, I won't watch this week. I don't particularly watch Rampage as it is anyway, because it's on Friday night and it's on so late. And these last few weeks, I've had someone here, and I don't want to. And Friday nights are kind of just our nights together because I don't typically have anything going on. See, when she was running around getting in the way, it was kind of annoying. But now that I don't know where she is, it worries me. I'm about to sneeze. Excuse me. Ow, I sneezed so hard I got a headache. Well, that was certainly a move off the top. Brand split, AEW. I partially don't want it to happen because then people are going to ask us to a brand split in AEW, and I just don't want it. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, good. I thought Miz had just won. Maurice hit Edge in the face with, I don't know if it was her shoe or what. Miz at the Skull Crushing finale, Edge kicked out. Hello, Beth. A mixed tag match this way comes. Although, JJ, again, not to be a dick, but it's not exactly the biggest I called it in the world when it's been reported for the last month that this was the plan. Like, I believe Wrestle Talk and Cold Talk both have reported this forever. That's why I'm not the most surprised to see her. Am I about to get a point? Am I about to get a point? I'm going to get a point. I got a point. I'm finally on the board. I didn't win. I'm not winning. I might tie. Whoops. I might tie. I need Liv Morgan and then either Biggie or Lashley to win. But hey, I might tie, and that's worth something. Yes, Edge won. I explained this on my prediction because I predicted Edge. That was I predicted Ray got stuck with Miz thing. And Ray was like, I'm okay with that. Maurice might cost him. And I said, this is WWE. You would think the logical thing is Maurice is going to cost Miz to set up the tag match. No. Edge is going to win. In WWE, the babyface wins so the feud can continue for them to win again. It's WWE. That's how it works. I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules. I don't book the shitty ass shows. So all that's left is Becky versus Liv and the 5-way. And once again, every match has averaged 30 minutes because that was match number 5. No, you know what? I was going to say match number 5 and we're on. It almost was that way, but that was match number 5 and we were 2 hours in. Or no, that was match number 4 and we're 2 hours in. So yeah, every match is averaging 30 minutes. Not enjoying that fact. I'm going to get another cookie to calm myself down. The Royal Rumble is only 4 weeks away, as is the end of NXT. It's not. It's not. Ryan, to answer your question, it's not. Roman and Brock's not happening tonight because Roman has tested positive for COVID. So instead, they added Brock to the WWE title match, making it Rollins versus Owens versus Lesnar versus Lashley versus Big E. Nothing, Zach. Nothing. Not a damn thing. I'm instead going to get Wednesdays off. So it'll be Monday, Raw, Tuesday, AEW, Wednesday, nothing, Thursday. That's not saying that because I don't like using that as an insult. Brock means the championship. Nope, don't agree. Don't agree at all. Brock definitely doesn't need to be. Brock Lesnar definitely doesn't need the U.S. or Intercontinental title, if that's what you're trying to say. Absolutely not. Brock can be a world champion from time to time, but, from the span of like 2017 through 2020, where they were beating the Brock Lesnar part-time champion horse to death. Like, won the Universal title at Mania 2017, held it through SummerSlam 2018, won it back as soon as Roman got sick, lost it to Rollins, won it back from Rollins immediately, lost it back to Rollins, won Kofi's belt like a few weeks later. Who do I think should beat Roman? I don't know. I thought, you could build some new people up to do it, but every time, it looks like they've got someone new they could build up, they release them. Keith Lee, they release him. Karrion Kross, turn him into a gimp. Release him. Drew was a good champion. I said that earlier in the night. But, like, Keith Lee and Karrion Kross got released. Swerve Scott, people were saying, hey, build him up. He could beat Roman. Got released. Call it bold all you want. Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker could be the one to beat Roman. I could see it. Genuinely could see it. They're putting a lot of stock in him as a future guy. Rollins title up next. And, like, Drew was a good champion, yeah, but yeah, no, they wouldn't do it with the Usos. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, it's got to be Jey Uso that beats him. No, because then Jey Uso would be a Kofi Kingston champion. Like, I love Kofi Kingston. I do. And I was one of those people who was campaigning for Kofi Mania to happen. But when you treat your champion like a mid-carder, then when they're your world champion, no one's going to take him seriously. That's what happened with Kobe. It's what would have happened with Jey Uso. But yeah, no, I think Braun Breaker could be the one to beat Roman. Granted, I think he should be called Braun Steiner, but that's just me. Yeah, they released Braun back in June. They've released a lot of people, man. In the last 2 years, they've released, I want to say, 150 or more. Lashley versus Reigns. Too bad Johnny left. Lashley versus Reigns. I would have been all for that, but then, Lashley lost the title and got pinned by Roman the very next week. So, All right, Liv. So I've got Liv Morgan. I've got Liv Morgan. Ray's got Becky. I picked Liv, so if she doesn't win, that's me shooting myself in the foot. Granted, I cannot win the predictions title tonight. With there being only 2 matches left, even if I won both of them, Ray retains via a tie. Which does mean literally every one of Ray's title defenses is ended in a tie if this is the case. God, WWE Supercard. I played Supercard when it first came out. I downloaded it the day it became available to the public. Played it until the week they announced season 2 and reset everything. Saw that they reset everything, and I didn't have the cards that I worked hard for over like the last year and a half anymore. The app, I haven't touched it since. I do love Becky Lynch. I do. Which got me hate on a stream once, actually. I got hate for liking Becky Lynch. Because, you know, how dare I have an opinion different from someone on the internet? There we go. Level ripped. See, I don't think they're going to carry it on that long. I think they've built it up enough to where it can, to where the title can change hands. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I'll admit it. But I don't know. I think tonight is the night that Liv wins. I think they were banking on doing one title change tonight, and I think this was it. Where is the cat? I'm getting kind of worried about her. Are you back there? No, she's not back there. That's a little concerning because she was all over the place in the early parts of this. Maybe she's gotten tired. Like, there's no way she could have left the apartment. All the doors are locked, but maybe she's on the bed or something. Biggie don't need to pass whoever long W. What? He's been champion for like 3 months. You gonna do an end of the year rewards for also? Not like for 2021. No, we do this. You know, we did the Slammies for the end of WWE. Like we'll do them for the end of seasons. We're not going to do them for the end of. We're not going to do them for the end of the actual human year. I don't. I don't know. Big E's not. If Big E's going to lose to anyone tonight, it's not going to be Rollins. Out of the 5 people in that match, Rollins has the least chance of winning. Big E, I think, is most likely to win. Lashley would be second. I don't know why you're thanking me when I say Seth is the least likely to win and you want him to win, but early prediction for Altogether Match of the Year, Hangman versus Bryan. That's an early prediction for season 3 of LS11 Universe, but hey, it would have my vote. End of the year awards would probably come after WrestleMania every year is when it'll happen, I think. Just when the season ends is when the end of the year awards happen. So this year it would be in August. Yep, August. Because our WrestleMania is in August. It's really not that far away, is it? Liv is one of those people who was a WWE project that worked. The way that she worked the way they want a WWE project to work. But she wasn't the project they wanted to work. So let me explain that a little better. She is a product of the WWE developmental system more than anything. She is. She was never meant to be anything more than an enhancement talent. But people liked her, and she got over and became a star that WWE created despite themselves. And she keeps getting better. If that makes any sense to anyone. I don't know if it does. I don't even know if it makes sense to me. I'm rambling. It's 10 o'clock at night. My sleep schedule is absolute shit. Oh yeah. By the way, these are not pay-per-views anymore in WWE. These are premium live events. Just thought everyone should know that. Not quite the same as Daniel Bryan, because Daniel Bryan isn't a product of their developmental. Daniel Bryan is a wrestler who came through the independent scene. Liv is someone who, like, pretty sure she wasn't a wrestler before WWE, but let me fact check myself on that. I'm fact checking myself. I don't need people in the chat being like, well, actually, Zander. Well, actually, push his glasses up. Let me check something. Yeah, she is a product of the WWE Performance Center. By the way, this match has been really good. I don't know if anyone knew this, but Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch are good wrestlers. Yes, I made this joke 2 hours ago with New Day and Usos, but fuck off, I'm doing it again. Honestly, I think if Liv wins this, she does it by rolling up Becky and putting her hand on the rope. And then that builds to the big real rematch at Royal Rumble. The more I think about it. Yeah, that's why I said that. That's why I said she's going to do. That's why I said I think Liv will do. Never mind. I forgot about that. Zach, I didn't think you knew about that, honestly. I didn't remember you being around at that point of the original universe. But yeah, that's why Matt Cardona was the first person in the trailer, was because I'm a big fan of him. But yeah, he was former WWE champion in my old universe on the old channel. Thanks for that reminder. That gave me a good laugh for the day. I needed that. I'm excited to have Cardona back. It's going to be good. Not having Cardona was actually one of the reasons I wanted to do Impact. Was there's a lot of people I would like to use that there just weren't room for in WWE and AEW at this point. Oh yeah, Edge versus Kane, Sting versus Orton. Yeah, the TV screen is just an era of my life I try to forget about. I just, it was some of the worst stuff I ever did. My voice was a few octaves higher, and it just wasn't great. I didn't have a beard back then either, nor did I have a girlfriend. You know what? No. She and I started dating right around the time Ryder won the WWE title. So, yeah, no. He was champion around the time she and I started dating, because she and I started dating February 2017. He won the title in WWE 2K17 at the first WrestleMania I did on that game. So, I guess maybe he would have been champion. He was champion for sure in 2K18, which was the first game that came out after she and I started dating. And yeah, she and I are still dating 5 years later, if people haven't figured that out by what I'm saying. It's been a very long time. We're at that point where my relationship is how I remember certain things. I like to think that we also gave Liv Morgan a pretty star-making performance at Money in the Bank a few weeks ago, making her one of the few people to nearly beat Rhea Ripley. I will admit, I know a lot of people have heard about this, and I'm almost surprised no one's mentioned it yet, but so anyway, I'm kind of surprised that no one's mentioned this yet, but Toni Storm is no longer part of WWE. I don't know. Currently, no one knows if she requested her release, if she was released, or what. So it's just, everyone's just saying she is no longer part of WWE. And I'm honestly surprised people haven't mentioned that to me yet, because a lot of people know I like Tony Storm. But I knew I was one of the... I unfortunately saw the news, like, as it came out. I was on Twitter, and Sean Ross Sapp popped up in my feed. And if people hadn't figured that out yet, if it hasn't been obvious, Tony leaving affects me a lot when it comes to Universe. But turning into a buffering circle. Anyway, I figured it was a request, but her leaving messes with a lot. Because I don't know if anyone's figured it out yet, but we were very much building a Rhea Ripley versus Tony Storm program. Very much were we building to that. It aged poorly. Barrett versus Neville. Oh, simpler times. Right before Neville started getting buried. I actually remember that payback match pretty well. I remember how it ended at the very least. That was back when we all still had a little bit of hope for Neville. That would quickly backfire. You know, Sami Zayn won a number one contenders match to the Intercontinental title. Nakamura is the Intercontinental Champion. We could have Sami Zayn versus Shinsuke Nakamura on this card. Yeah, Neville had a lot of good matches in WWE, but he's very much like Ricochet, actually. He's very much like Ricochet. Ricochet's the modern day version of Neville. People loved him. He is extremely talented. He can do things that no one else can. WWE teased pushing him all the time, but he's nothing more than an enhancement talent because he's small. But yeah, I'm just saying, we could have had Sammy versus Shinsuke on this card instead of Madcap versus McIntyre or Miz versus Edge. Vince has something against guys who aren't 6'7" football players, if you hadn't noticed yet. I guess on the bright side, at least we don't have AJ versus Omos on this card. I have no desire to ever see that match. Rings of Saturn. Oh! Hey, JJ, we're watching the same show, pal. I know what's happening. You don't have to tell me what's happening. I'm watching the show. Oh. And that's a definitive win for Ray Woods. So you know what? I will give him this. He won, and he didn't tie. And now I have to pee again. Because I drank like a full gallon of water on this stream alone. So now enjoy, I don't know. Here, have some art of the Zanders. I know it doesn't cover the full screen, but it works. All right, I'm back. Oh, is he actually Seth freaking Rollins on his name bar now? I hate that. I hate everything about that. Oh my god, every match is averaging 30-minute segments. Seth's beating all of them. I love Seth Rollins. Of course, for those that don't follow Twitter or aren't in the Discord, Seth versus Roderick Strong in a ladder match for the Money in the Bank briefcase coming up at Extreme Rules. Kat, where you at? I'm genuinely getting a little worried about the fact I can't find her. Main event time, hopefully, or do we need to sit through 9 video packages first? I am looking forward to getting to watch the Rumble live with everyone. I should have new internet by then, too, I think. Hopefully. I don't know for sure yet. If I don't, I might watch it from another location. Jesus! I have now seen a slow-mo clip of when Ridge Holland broke his nose. Jesus. Hopefully Ridge Holland will at least... I would like there to be a mod for him out soon. Oh, there you are. She just kind of slinked her way out of that room. Good. She's okay. But what I was going to say, hopefully there's at least a... Hopefully we get a mod for Ridge Holland before the end of the series, or at the very least he's in 2K22. I want to use him. I've got ideas for him. I want to use him. Oh my god. Is it? Are they actually? Johnny Knoxville from Jackass wants to be in the Royal. I'm here for it, honestly. I love Jackass. I'm in. I'm here for it. I'm a grown man. I enjoy Jackass. Okay, how do I best explain this? Johnny Knoxville. Johnny Knoxville is from a show that turned into a set of movies called Jackass. History lesson for you kids, because I know a lot of people here are younger than me. Which the longer I keep doing YouTube, the more often I can say that. Jackass is a show that is also a set of short movies about guys doing extremely stupid stunts and pranks, like riding a shopping cart off a roof, or fighting a bull, or, for example, in the newest one of the guys gets tied to a chair in a room where they cover his face in peanut butter, cover his balls in honey, and let a bear into the room. Johnny Knoxville is kind of the one in charge of all that. He's kind of the one known for getting himself hurt the most. He has offered himself up to be in the Royal Rumble. I'm kind of here for it. I kind of want that. I don't know why I want that, but I kind of want that. I shouldn't, but I do. Found an elite I don't remember getting. Yeah, Ray has won. It's official. Ray has won. He got me tonight. He finally beat me. So I found an elite I don't remember owning, but it's given me some ideas. Ladies and gentlemen, I didn't know I owned this elite because he was pretty much gone from the company by the time I started watching. I have an elite of Justin Gabriel, also known nowadays as the Darewolf PJ Black. How about that? I don't remember buying this. I don't know where I got this. Kind of cool. I like PJ Black. Maybe we'll see him in the Impact series or something. Who knows? I really don't know. Rare the one is Century, the Boyhood dream. Yep, this is his first title defense that's not been a tie as well since winning the title. So if Brock wins, we know that Carnal is the next challenger. Other than that, we don't know who's challenging Ray at the Royal Rumble. I also don't know who. So we're going to be doing something very fun for the Royal Rumble. You're only 4 years older than me. I'm 22, so. Only 4 years. That's the difference between high school and college. It's the difference between elementary school and high school. Just saying. We've got a few more years under my belt. Anyways, also, my younger brother's 6 years younger than me, so 2 years younger than you. And there's a lot of stuff I grew up with that he doesn't know about. He doesn't know what Danny Phantom is. He doesn't know what Drake. He didn't know what Drake and Josh was until a few weeks ago. And I said, "All right, let me educate you." But yeah, if Brock Lesnar wins tonight, then Arnold is going to be number one contender to the predictions title. But the way we're planning to do the Royal Rumble is I'm going to gather as many friends of ours. I'm going to gather as many friends of ours as we can. Hi, Dana. Hey, Dana. I'm going to gather as many friends of ours and wrestling YouTubers and everything as I can. And they're going to each be assigned numbers or a number in the Royal Rumble. And if their number wins, they challenge for the predictions title at WrestleMania. I'm going to reach out to as many people as I can that are wrestling YouTubers and popular influencers and stuff and friends of ours as I can and see who all we can get in there. I am officially declaring myself as the first entry in the LS11 Predictions Rumble. Dana, the dishes don't need you to lick them clean, baby. Okay. All right. Okay, I've held my tongue long enough. I'm going to say this because it's been bothering me for a lot of streams. Well, I'm sorry you feel that way. But this is my show, so. Well, Joe Smith, the Dawn, I'm sorry you feel that way, but you can gladly go fuck yourself. Bye. Anyway, let's see here. Do I remember it as the classified? I absolutely do. So what I was going to say when I said I've been holding my tongue long enough, JJ, dude, you just got to – people are going to have different opinions than you and like things that you don't like or not like things that you do like, and that's fine. Don't – to take a quote from another wrestling YouTuber, like what you like, don't be a dick, all right? But yes, I very much remember Dead Z Classified. I grew up on that too. We are just moments away from getting Lashley versus Lesnar. Sort of. Like, it's not completely Lashley versus Lesnar, but it's close enough. It's close enough for me to accept it for now. I feel like if Ray was here, he'd be proud of me for acting the way I am. I am just not taking shit tonight anymore. I'm done. It's been a very, very fucking stressful few weeks. My temper, God, you're just now checking. Hi, Ray. Ray, I'm being a lot more like you tonight. And I'm not talking about in the predictions score. I'm more talking like I'm not taking shit from people tonight. Oh my God, Big E is not coming out last. They're saving Brock for last. I remember watching Drake and Josh, Nancy Classified, and Zoe 101 and more. Yeah, that's about the age of Nick I grew up with. So it's good to see that there are still some people that are a little younger than me that remember those shows. I wasn't as big on Zoe 101. Wasn't. I was a Drake and Josh and iCarly guy. God, the trees getting blown around out there keeps setting off the motion line. It keeps freaking me out. A lot of people are always like, "Oh, original SpongeBob seasons 1 through 3, seasons 1 through 3." There are some later seasons that have some good episodes. Newer SpongeBob has its moments. It's just nowhere near as good. So in this matchup, I am being represented by Big E and Bobby Lashley. Ray is being represented by Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens. Carnold is being represented by Brock Lesnar. The fact that I've been playing all night and Carnold is in one match and could walk out of here with the same number of points as me makes me sad. This is the worst I've ever done on predictions. This is actually the worst I've ever done on predictions. Oh my God, we're about to get Lashley and Lesnar in the same ring. Oh my God. This is going to be so good. There's a lot I don't get. Oh yeah. Gary come home and then the history of plankton and crabs. It's a good episode. Oh, come on. Give us Lashley and Lesnar. Come on. Lesnar's wiping out Rollins and Owens right now. They got Big E and Lashley brawling on the outside. I think they're waiting for the big moment where Lashley jumps in the ring, where Lashley climbs up on the apron to stare down with Brock. That's what they're waiting for. Oh, big mean man slapping me. SpongeBob working for the Chum Bucket's a good one too. I like all the Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy episodes. Those are some of my favorites. Those are some classics. Old SpongeBob's just got Krusty Krab Pizza's a good episode as well. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah. First thing they ever do wrestling one another is a big hoss move, and I love it. Oh, I love it. God, I'm so glad they're finally facing off. This is a match that in the original LS11 universe was going to happen before I canceled the series. Lashley and Lesnar was going to happen at one point. Everyone was doing it. I remember Brendan Plays did it at SummerSlam. And I can't remember it, because I know he did it twice. He did it once in a cage and once one-on-one. And I know Lesnar won the first one, but I'm pretty sure Lashley won at SummerSlam. And I can't remember if it was the cage at SummerSlam or it was the cage that Lesnar won the month before. It's been a while since I've seen Brendan play, since he doesn't really upload anymore. But that's one thing I remember a lot. Like, you know, a lot of people ask me sometimes, like, or they tell me what other YouTubers they watch besides me. For those that are curious, the reason I got into universe modes was Brendan Plays. Like, he had a lot to do with how I got into making universe content. And it makes me really sad that he's not around anymore. He's just doing, you know, he's just now doing TEW stuff, which is fine. He's having a good time with it. All the power to him. It's not my kind of thing, personally. I feel like I might enjoy it if I tried it. I just don't want to. I don't know if I could figure it out that easily. But like, yeah, I don't really watch any other universe modes. Barely have time to keep up with my own. But Brendan Plays was one of those that. Brendan Plays was one of those that really got me into the concept. I started watching him when he was no, it wasn't even after. It wasn't right after. It was a few months after. I think the first pay-per-view of his that came out when I started watching was Bragging Rights. And that's fun. If he wants to just do his AEW, TEW playthrough, it's fine. It's what he wants to do. I'm not going to... You're never going to catch me saying that a YouTuber needs to change the kind of content they're doing. If you are genuinely happy with the content you are making and it is making you happy, then you shouldn't change. It's like ARW was getting terrible views for the last few years, and it has gotten terrible views forever. But it made me happy, so I wasn't going to get rid of it. But now it doesn't make me happy to make it anymore, which is why the show is ending and Impact is starting. I might be paraphrasing here, but Stan Lee, the creator of many Marvel characters, a quote from him that I love to think about in my day-to-day life is, if you have an idea that you think is truly good, don't let anyone tell you it isn't. And I carry that quote in my day-to-day life. And I look at that quote a lot when it comes to being a content creator. Because, and I wasn't meaning for this to get so deep and thought out, but it's just, I'm kind of clear in my mind here a little bit while it's on my mind. Like, I think the things we do are great. I think the content we put out is really good. I pour every ounce of energy I have into making these videos every single day. And I still enjoy it. Now, granted, right now, WWE is not the... Oh my God, sit out pop-up. That was good. So, I pour my heart and soul into making these. And right now, WWE has been a lot harder to make. I think part of that is because NXT. And that's nothing against Ray or his writing of NXT. That's just... I knew the show was coming to an end, and I know it's coming to an end, so it's just hard to record it. And I literally have one more weekly show to record, and then the end. And then Ray and I will do a video just announcing where everybody is going between Raw and SmackDown. And I think I made a joke on the episode I recorded today, whether they're going to Raw or SmackDown, or if those releases keep going the same way, if they're going to Impact or AEW. So I think as soon as I'm done having to record NXT, the WWE shows are going to be like that, because I'm only going to be recording 8 weekly shows a month and 1 pay-per-view a month for WWE. AEW can take a lot of effort, and that's why I don't record it as often. But I have a lot of fun with it. And that's why it's bothered me these last few weeks when people are coming in just being complete jackasses in the comments. The guy who came in a few weeks ago and was saying that I wasn't as good as Murphs because I don't show the full entrances. I'm just like Brendan Plays. And it's like, I'm never aiming to be Murphs. I'm never aiming to be other people. Oh! Let's get the Haas fight going, please. Lesnar sold that spear, by the way. Anyway, that's my kind of series now. Like, I'm never trying to be other people. You know, sometimes matches and rivalries are going to line up. Like, we did Toni Storm versus Candice LeRae for the championship at WrestleMania, and I don't know who it was. I don't really care. They were like, you know, what? It was like JRJ or Project or something like that. Did this title match too? And it was like, okay. There's only so many wrestlers in the company. Certain stories are bound to overlap at some point. And it's like, you know, that's fine. I've never tried. So let me explain like this so I don't go. Let me explain it this way so I don't just sound like a broken record repeating myself. I'll kind of sum it all up here. Hang on. Oh! Hang on. Ray, I don't know if you're watching, but I was joking earlier. Oh. So I was going to say, I'm never trying to be like other people. I'm just trying to be the first LS11 universe and make a show with my best friend that we both enjoy. We're getting Lashley and Lesnar at WrestleMania, aren't we? Remember, at every point, everyone was doing Nakamura Lesnar. It was amazing. Each one was amazing because it was different. Exactly. Thank you, Zach. And like, that's exactly what I mean. People are going to do the same thing. I was going to have that be the main event of WrestleMania on the old universe, actually. It was going to be, Zach, I don't know if you remember this, but Lesnar was world champion. He lost at Undertaker. And that was the last title change. But Lesnar was going to win the title back at the Royal Rumble because Gallows and Anderson were going to attack the Undertaker. And that was going to lead into Finn Balor versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania and Brock Lesnar versus Nakamura as the main event of WrestleMania. That would have been different from how other people did it. And, like, that's just how it is. But anyway, on a funnier note, I've been predicting for the whole show. Carnal did one match. Brock Lesnar's WWE champion because why not? I guess. Brock's champion, apparently. You know what? It means we're not getting Brock and Roman at WrestleMania. And we might be getting Lashley and Lesnar main eventing. You know, Hanzo, that's a great question. I really don't know, and I'm interested. And I'm really hoping Sean Ross Sapp or one of the other reliable wrestling news sources will say one day whether that was it or not. But shit. I mean, like, I hate that Big E just lost the title, but shit. If this means we're getting Brock and Lashley main eventing WrestleMania, I'm kind of here for it. Because, guys, WrestleMania is only 3 months away. I can live... Don't put that in the air, Matthew. Don't put that in the air. Let's pretend that landed on the couch. It did, and then it bounced. Literally is what happened. I think we're getting, like, the way they were framing that, it looks like we're getting Lashley, Lesnar. And then I think it's going to be Roman versus Drew. Lashley wins the Rumble and challenges Brock at Mania. I don't know if they do. Yeah, I don't see them doing winner take all at this point. I just don't. And if I'm wrong, you know? We'll see what happens. But, hey, this was a lot of fun tonight. I had a lot of fun. I definitely perked back up by the end of the stream. So everyone that tuned in, thanks for chilling out with me for these last 4 hours. It's been a lot of fun. Glad that we could have some time to hang out. Glad that we could announce the Impact Universe. I hope you guys are excited for that. There's not going to be anything on the channel tomorrow because there's nothing going on tomorrow. There just isn't. If I had better Wi-Fi, maybe I'd stream a game or something, but I don't have really good Wi-Fi at the moment. Once it's upgraded, maybe the streams will come back, like the gaming streams will come back. But until then, thanks for watching, everyone. Monday will be Raw. Don't forget that. Tuesday's Dynamite, if I remember correctly, is going to be pretty fun. It's going to be a fun week coming up. We got Extreme Rules not too far away. Lots of stuff. Drew and lots of stuff. Good night, everyone. Carnal and Ray at the Rumble. I'm the first entry in the Royal Rumble. It's going to be fun. Till then, I've been Zander. That was a live stream. Oh, wait, actually, let me try that again. I've been Zander. She's been Dana. And that was a live stream.